you tell us who you are working with?
Yes, I am M. Hall, aka the DC Goodwill Fashionista, and I'm with Goodwill Greater Washington.
Awesome. So, wondering now, you guys are growing in popularity. I'm assuming you're being pitched a bit now by PR professionals. Is that correct?
Sure. I think a lot of folks have approached us, but I think they might not realize that we have our own marketing department at Goodwill, and this is part of a strategy that we've developed overall. So, a vice president of marketing, that's my boss, and then we have a web director, we have a marketing coordinator, and really the four of us are a team when it comes to this new media strategy.
Okay. And so when you have been approached and pitched, what are people pitching you for? Products or thoughts?
I think a lot of folks want to get in on the fashion show because the concept of a used merchandise fashion show is a very unique one.
Definitely.
And so it's the idea of, do you need photographers, videographers, what sort of press, what sort of any sort of PR are you doing? And luckily, it's a novel enough idea that we have been able to generate the buzz on our own.
Okay. So I guess what kind of advice would you give to other maybe women out there right now who would like to get involved in your fashion show, for example, and how to reach out to you?
Read the blog.
Okay. Start blogging.
Yeah. Well, there's a few different ways. First of all, you can donate your clothes to Goodwill, so we can have great stuff to use in our fashion show.
Nice.
Without the outfits, we don't have a fashion show.
Okay.
Just reading the blog, participating online, checking out our YouTube videos. I mean, we've really got this whole strategy set up online, and then we also have a separate website called fashionofgoodwill.org, and you can sign up for a newsletter there to get more information. But we do use extras. Last year in our virtual fashion show, everybody lining the runway was people from our audience and people that were friends of the designer. So there's all kinds of opportunities to get involved and get in on the action.
So now, since you are DC based, I have to ask you the question. If you could pick anyone, maybe from the government especially, to actually be in your runway show, who would that be?
I think I would pick Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi, why?
Yeah, I think she's a really good dresser, but the thing is, nobody's ever really made, aside from a couple passing comments, she's a woman who's been able to rise above sort of petty woman comments that get thrown at women who are in power a lot, and so she looks great, and she does a great job, and people only talk about the latter, so I think she should get recognized for the former. It would be fun to have her there.
So since we're still on the topic of politics, Michelle Obama, Hillary Clinton, which of the two would you like to dress the most?
I would like to dress both of them equally because that's the right thing to do.
Now be a real DC person and be biased.
Well, I'll tell you why I would like to dress Michelle, because she's really tall and I'm really tall, and so we can and she wears big shoes and I wear big shoes, and so I feel like we would have a connection there with that. But on the other hand, I would like to dress Hillary because I think she needs more help with dressing. I put her on the blog for that. I suggested that the designer Lorenz Scott, who is the stylist Nicole Kidman, should dress Hillary. So I think she could use a little help in that area.
Okay.
I'd like to see Michelle break away from the earth tones. I think there are lessons to be learned on both sides.
Okay. That's great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Hey, real quick before we shut down, I have one other question.
Okay.
Have you ever received anything from a PR company that you've actually used on your blog?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
They've thrown some software away, but it hasn't quite been a good fit yet.
Have you ever received a pitch or proposal from a PR or marketing company that kind of stood out to you that was beyond the, hey, check out what I have and tell me what you think?
I think my boss has. I think we've definitely been open to it before. The biggest restraint, I gotta be honest, and this puts us in a different category than pretty much everybody else here, is as a nonprofit, we have a lot more budgetary constraints, and the biggest thing is our mission has to come first at all times. So we really have to think of the way we spend our money and in the way of how does this reflect on our donors and our mission, and so that's why so much of it gets done in-house. So yeah, I guess but not that we haven't sometimes received some quality things either. They just weren't cost efficient for us at that time, or it wasn't a good fit product wise, especially with some of the software, online software especially.
Okay, great.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,